Hi, and welcome to the South Bay Market Reports, and I'm Mike Bjork with First Cal Mortgage.
And I'm Larissa Rubichevsky with RE/MAX Palos Verdes. Thanks so much for joining us today again.
And welcome again. We had our discussion last week, the most common mistakes that homebuyers make.
Right.
And so this is a part two of that discussion we had last week.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I see all the time from homebuyers is that they get confused during the process of becoming a pre-approved, which we encourage you obviously to talk to as many lenders as possible to get a comfort level with what they have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the secret that those lenders don't tell you is they all sell and buy their mortgage-backed securities or their mortgages on Wall Street. So their pricing and their interest rates are really about the same. So they're very competitive in nature. So with that in mind, the main thing you really want to focus on is that lender going to get your loan completed? Are they going to communicate with you during the process? Because it can be a little stressful. So I mean, those are the main things I would suggest as a loan officer when you're out shopping around for a lender, to find out if you get comfort level, can they get done and can they communicate with you? How about you, Larissa?
Well, quite a few challenges as well. And one of the most common ones that I run across, when we find the property to the buyer and they're all excited, got accepted offer, went to escrow, we have a contingency period where the security deposit that the buyer is supposed to put down to the escrow from the day 3 after the acceptance, you have 17 days that this security deposit is intact. We need to start immediately working on investigating the property condition, on getting the loan application, getting the appraisal done, and moving forward towards the full loan approval by the end of the 17 days. Most of my buyers are very compliant with that, and I'm really trying to keep them focused. Some people thinking, oh, it is a buffet, it is a Sunday, and we're just gonna go and shop and just not to overeat. But this is a huge mistake because the time is running so quickly, and the lenders nowadays are so precise and slow at the same time. 17 days is a minimum that what you have in order to get fully pre-approved. Now, if you start this process from day 5, I bet you're gonna run out of time. And then you either have to ask the seller for the extension, they might not give it to you, or to risk your security deposit, which is a horrible experience if you fail. So please be careful with that. Mike, what else?
Yeah, a similar situation is that common mistake is that somebody didn't do their homework up front with that, choosing that lender. So what they do is once they get the pre-approval accepted and they go into escrow, then they start shopping around and they hear the information overload of things. They hear somebody promising, well, I can get you a lower rate, but what happens is now you change lenders. The listing agent, I've heard many times, get kind of alert on their side that maybe there's financial issues on that person. So because of that, if you don't do your homework up front, they're probably going to be less lenient on you to go ahead and extend your contingency period if you need to. That's why it's kind of crucial to get all that stuff up front, because you also factor in that 17 days weekends, and a lot of people aren't working on weekends. So,
right.
Yeah.
Of course, it's very important to understand, but speaking of shopping,
Mm-hmm.
I actually run into a couple of more problems with my buyers. People are so excited that they're moving into the home of their dreams and they're super happy, and what happens is the day carried away and the shopping starts. Before the end of the contingency period, don't even think about it, because that would be number 1, silly, number 2 is risky. After the contingency period, I wouldn't recommend that either. Despite what type of sales you see out there, how exciting and promising the sofa table or a bedroom set can seem, sometimes I see that even at the end of the transaction, we run into problems with finding, with different lending circumstances.
Exactly.
Lots of things that you have to wait until the end. Don't get carried away. Please make sure that you make an informed decision before you spend your money.
Yeah, I mean, to touch on that, basically, somebody can hurt their credit scores, which can make you disqualified.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, your debt-to-income ratios, because now you're applying for new credit and it increases your monthly payment, so that may also factor into things as well. So these are important things as Alyssa was just saying, not to be careful. And when basically, if you're going to do shopping, wait till after your loan is funded. We're not going to pull your credit after funding again.
So no car buying during the escrow period, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Be very careful with your spending.
Yeah, well, thank you for joining us today. And what we'd like you to do is, please stop by one of our websites. I'm at CaliforniaMortgageTips.com. And
I'm at PVView for you. For any of your real estate needs, also please call 310-387-1414.
And I'm at 310-694-3544.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.